Hello, everyone, and welcome to the YouTube Mall Builders Thursday Night General Hangout. Thursday's Hangouts are for the general discussion on mall railroading that we all can set a topic to discuss for the night. My name's Johnny Reb from Southeast Rails. Thursday's Hangouts are the proud sponsor of the YouTube Mall Builders. The Tuesday night presentations, the E-Mag, and the YouTube Mall Builders live show. The E-Mag is bi-monthly, comes out every other month. The Tuesday night presentations now are, every other Tuesday. Just had one this week. That was the Barry and Mike show. So next week we'll be off, and then there'll be another one. We got Miles Hill coming up in April. He's doing layout tours, so that'll be real interesting. The live show, as you know, is third Saturday of each month. And then we have the Thursday night shows every week. All the shows start at 9 o'clock Central Time. Same time, same channel. I want to say thanks for joining in tonight's show. So far on the panel, we have Jason and we have Jim. Jim's a little preoccupied right now, so yeah. But yeah, see, we got some viewers coming in, so I better turn the Q&A on, hadn't I? Let's see if there's any questions. Hey, Jerry, how you doing? Dwight, what are you doing in the Q&A? Get over here in the panel. Yeah. Terry, if you got a webcam, you're very welcome to come in and join us on the panel here. Panel links posted in the comments on the communities page. I know Dwight's not shy and bashful. He's all the time in Hangouts. He says he's got Google Plus issues. Okay. Well, if y'all have any comments or questions, well, go ahead and put them in the Q&A. We'll try and answer them up. Jerry, have you got a webcam or?
Well, we're waiting on people to come in or some questions coming in. I was kind of glad to hear they started mentioning more with the LCC deal with layout control.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
It's starting to open up more.
Yeah, from my understanding right now, they have one manufacturer that's got some stuff out.
Yeah.
It's got a small layout. They taste the shows.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, from what Andy says and several others, Barry too, you know, the LCC should make things a little easier as far as programming and operation goes.
Yeah, it is. It should. I think I'll go that direction when I get going on my layout.
Yeah.
With signal and all that. Right now, don't have to worry about it right now. Because I don't have a layout all put together.
Well, I wanted to mention that we have a hangout almost every evening. Sometimes a little earlier, but almost every evening we have a hangout, usually by 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those that don't know how to get there, I'm going to screen share. Just get on Google Plus.
Hang on, Jim. Let me get you presented here to everybody. All right.
Just get on Google Plus, the YouTube model railroaders, and scroll down here. You see there's all posts, general discussions, and Google Hangout posts. If you don't see, if you're on all and you don't see a Google Hangout here, click on the Google Hangout posts. There's one that Andy started yesterday. It says hanging out, come one, come all, and there's a link. You just click on it, it'll bring you into a setting like what we're doing right now, and come chat. And here's one that I do almost every day. You'll see this big graphic here, and I'll have a link right there. You just click on it, it'll open up a window, bring you right into a Hangout like what we're in right now. Whoa, crazy. Yeah, let's see if I can get this to stop.
Also, need to mention, since Google does have a beta version going too right now. So when you first come in, look at the top right corner of your screen. You may have to put your cursor over there. If 3 dots appear, click on those, and it'll give you a drop-down box. Click on what says original version. That will take you back to the original version of the Hangouts. And you may have to go in and out 2-3 times because sometimes your microphone doesn't start working right off. So if you start talking and nobody's responding to you, just drop out, hit the red telephone. They'll hang you up. Just re-click on the link again, and you can bring you right back in. A lot of times for me, when I have to do that, when I come in, my microphone will be red. You know, because if you put your your cursor at the top center, you'll see some icons. One's a microphone. If it's red, click on it. That unmutes your mic, and you can start talking then.
Yeah, like me right now, it shows my camera.
Yeah.
It's red because I'm a camera off. I click on it and it'll turn my camera on, but I don't have it sitting. I don't think you guys want to see the back of my head, so I'm just leaving the camera off. But come on in. We're almost every night. It's very seldom. Tonight I think was the first night we didn't have a hangout in a while. There's usually always a hangout going by 7-8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on in, introduce yourself, say hi. Got a button, and if you go to click on it, it says the room is full. Google only allows 10 people in at a time. So just click on it another 5-10 minutes. Click on it again. Try a few times because guys come in, sit around for an hour, and then they'll split. Or just come in for a few minutes and split. So give it a try. You usually get in, and we'd like to meet you. And we always got. You don't have to always talk about railroad. That's what we try to talk about, but as the topic goes every which way but loose. Those hangouts aren't really sponsored by the YouTube model builders. It's kind of just a general hangout, but usually someone's building something or doing something to the railroad when we're in there. So
yeah,
Andy's usually making trees or let's see.
Laying track.
Right, laying track. And we had Phil Wyman painting some happy little clouds, Bob Ross style, the other day. Jason's been doing a lot of, besides coal loads, he's been doing some, what do you call the other loads? Ballast loads. Yeah, he's been doing some ballast loads. And Troy, he just come in. Hey, Troy. He's been working on his super nice layout. So there's usually somebody doing something during the week. So stop on in during the week and say hi.
Yeah.
And if you don't like us, don't tell us. Just leave.
Also, I guess we really need to kind of start checking if we got a full house. Check the post because people can leave comments there. Let us know that they're trying to get in. So we'll always, somebody will pop out. Just go ahead and start a new hangout to bring more people in. Get more people involved in hangouts. It is a good place to come and just chat. And if you got a problem with something, a layout, an engine, or whatever, come on in. Tell us what you got going. The other night, a good example of that was Dave. He's doing a steel mill layout, and he just bought some amp meters and volt meters that he's wiring in so he can watch what his lights are drawing. And he was having problems getting that to work. But we got to looking at that during the Hangout. Andy went back to the website, and he actually found the schematic for the meter. Found out Dave had a couple wires crossed. Once he straightened those out, everything went to working right. What's this, Dwight? Just because it was posted much earlier, it might still be going on. What? There's no Hangouts posted tonight, not that I saw.
No, I think what he's saying, if you see a post, sometimes I'll come in about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh.
And I'll be there till midnight sometimes. So if you see a Hangout posted that's current for that day, it says it started at 3 p.m. and you're checking it at 8 p.m., 5 hours later, click on the link and give it a check anyways, see if someone's there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good tip there, Dwight.
Yeah. You with us, Troy, or?
Hi, guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good. You doing all right?
Yeah, we're surviving. Getting cold out again.
Curtis, scroll down on that message on Google Plus. You click the Q&A link. Click the little blue arrow that goes down or whatever. Right below it shows more links there. You'll see one link that says panel.
Yeah, and I think if you've never been in a Hangout before, it may tell you need to load an app, and that app only takes about 10 seconds to load up. It's very small. What it is something about Google's. Lets you do the Hangouts, but it'll pop up on the screen if you need it. Well, like Jim said, just click on Show More and go to the panel link and click on that.
Just remember that clothes are required.
Yeah.
No drinking and no smoking and no eating while you're on a live Hangout. In the regular Hangouts, well, clothes are still required, but everything else is fine.
Yeah, even on this one, if you're going to smoke a cigarette or eat or something like that, just turn your camera off.
Or just hide.
Yeah. Hey, there's Phil. He wasn't supposed to be home till tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
We couldn't handle any more being in the car and going here and there, and we got home just a little bit ago.
Oh, okay.
Decided to save money on a motel room and just come home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, good to have you here. Did you enjoy the day?
What's that, John?
Did you enjoy the day even though y'all got tired?
Yeah, we had a good day yesterday. Spent the night in the motel, did some swimming. Me and Marie took a little walk down the road to a local watering hole, spent a few hours in there, let the kids have the room to themselves for a while,
Yeah.
And when we got back to the room, it looked like they'd moved an inch from when we left.
Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? Aren't the kids supposed to leave and leave you guys in the room together for a little while?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Tried to get him to stop at a third train store today, but nobody was really going with that,
Just grab the steering wheel and pull towards the exit.
Right, yeah. Right.
I just finished my taxes and happy to report I don't have to pay. Yeehaw.
All right.
Hey, look at there. We got Melinda here tonight. How you doing, Melinda?
Oh, good. How you doing? I'm on her laptop.
Uh,
A lot easier to sit in this chair than over at the desk.
How's it going, Scott?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Surviving.
Terry, that high-pitched squeal that you hear from time to time, that's Troy's headset. He's wireless like I am, but sometimes you get a little too much blockage between you and the receiver, and they'll set a little buzz up.
Is it doing it right now?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Sorry, guys.
It's all right. It's very random. It's not constant.
Christopher, good to see you there in the Q&A. Glad to see you could watch live tonight. Hey, Curtis, let us know what's going on if you're still having problems trying to get in.
So how's things going tonight?
Not too bad. Kind of got a little slow start there, but it's picking up speed.
That's cool.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Uh,
I kind of slipped.
Yeah.
I just got finished eating dinner, and I ate it in a hurry so that I could get on here and support John, because there's just a couple of us here. So it's fighting back.
yeah. Christopher, now the only way we can do a screen share is if you're on the panel. If you got a webcam or if you're on a laptop, yeah, you can click on the panel link and that'll bring you into the panel. All right, Curtis, just go ahead, click on the panel link. I mean, if you need the app, it'll pop it up on the screen for you. If not, it should bring you right in on the panel. So just click the panel link in the comments section.
How's the bridge installation coming, Jim?
The bridge installation is on hold
Uh-huh.
because I want to do those things that we talked about doing,
Yeah.
and I want to wait till I want to do all three of them at the same time.
Right.
So I'm just because I don't want to use the real ones. I want to use the fake ones.
Right.
So and I got to cut them down to make them fit. So
Right.
I don't want to cut the real ones, but
Gotcha. I ordered them on Monday, and I was going through my emails tonight when I got home, and they finally shipped them. It only took them, 4 or 5 days to get them out. What's today? Thursday. 4 days. 4 days to ship them out. So hopefully they'll be here next week.
okay, I got a little product review.
Yeah.
This is the Harbor Freight thingamajig. They call it
Multi-tool.
Multi-tool.
Yeah.
This is the cheap one. This isn't the supposedly the better one. This one was $17.99, and then I got the 20% off coupon that you get at Harbor Freight, so my end cost was about $15, $14.50. The tool itself seems to work pretty good. The diameter of the tool is a little smaller on this than the $40 one. $40 one, I believe it was a 2 amp. This is a 1.6 amp. So the $40 one does have a little more amperage, and the $40 one is a variable speed. This is a constant, I believe, 21,000 RPM. The variable speed goes from 0 to 20,000 RPM. For $15, I didn't need variable speed, and I like the little bit smaller diameter. It fits my hand better. Reminds me of the days when I used to use grinding wheels in the steel shop. It just seems to fit better. But here, at first, I loved it. Now, this is the first pad I started with. Sanding cork, where you split the cork and you got that edge you got to clean off of there so you don't waste so much ballast. You can see the sanding pad looks like it's hardly even used. Here's the problem. The sanding pad will slide right off after a little bit of use. It gets dirty a little bit, gets a little worn, and this isn't really a hook and loop fastener. It's just some little, a real mild hook and loop fastener, I guess is what I would call it. It's real small.
Not like a Velcro.
Yeah, it's not like a real good Velcro, so it doesn't hold it good. You can see I'm just sliding. So I got a problem. I'm doing it, and all of a sudden my pad keeps sliding off like this as I'm working. And well, that ain't going to help me. So then on another pad, same problem. So I'm on my third pad, and that one seems to be holding a little better, but I haven't done much with it. So that's the only drawback to the tool is this Velcro sanding head. I have no cutting tools for it. I'm sure they'd be good for cutting in and making square holes in your layout, bench work or something, but I bought it strictly for the sanding tool, and I'm disappointed. In the instructions, it says it will use Rockwell heads, so I'm kind of up in the air. I think maybe I'll try to keep the tool and buy me a Rockwell hook and loop fastener head for it. See if that solves the problem, because for $15, I'm not really out a whole lot, but just thought I'd show that. Works great for sanding that cork until the pad starts sliding off on you. So.
For about $3, Jim, you can go down to like Joann Fabric and buy Velcro strips that's got adhesive on it, and you can just peel off the one side and put new hook and put more of it on there over top of what's already there, which would be a bigger loop.
If these will adhere to that, I guess they would have to test it. I might have some Velcro around. I can see if because now if this old pad that won't stick to this head will stick good to the Velcro, that might be a good option.
Yeah.
But I'd have to pretty much cover it so I didn't have any soft spots on it or something. But that's something to look at. Good idea, Phil.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about double-faced tape? But now, see, the back of it seems to be kind of like a cloth material.
Yeah, but that's back of these are cloth, and then like I say, this is a real fine. I guess it's a hook loop. It's hard for me to see it. I can feel the texture there, but it's nothing like any of the hook loop fastener stuff that I've had in the past. So, but good old let's keep the Chinese people in business. We're not worried about American workers. I know. Just kidding. Send all your letters to Johnny.
Thank you.
No, I'm one of those tight guys, and they'll tell you I'm a tight guy. So for $15, it may not last forever, but I only use it for the layout. I don't do much around the house with stuff like that. So
You're not into body work or anything like that with it?
No. I got my body. I don't need to work on that no more. I done worked on that all these years. I've overworked.
All right, anyway, time to stop the presentation.
Exactly.
Christopher, he said, have not been able to find the link to join the panel. What you do is go to the G Plus YouTube Mall Railroaders community page.
Hey, John.
Hey.
I'll just screen share it and show them.
Okay. Thank you. Here, Jim's going to screen share, so
Okay.
Represent him again.
All right. Let me click on all posts. Right there is Johnny's post, and then right there you see that's the Q&A link. But right down here, if you can see the read more, if you click on that, voila. There's the panel link right there. So give that a try. You click on that, that'll bring you on in.
Yeah, because Curtis said when he clicks on it, it just brings him right back to the Q&A page.
Well, I'm wondering if he's clicking on this one over and over again.
Yeah.
I clicked on it, joined right in.
Yeah, yeah, you got to be sure you expand the comments out.
Yeah,
See?
right. Yeah, it's just right there, read more. A little fine. Might have to get a magnifying glass out because it's probably in a 0.8 type, but give it a click and there you go. Now make sure you don't click on the YouTube link because it's going to bring you back and it looks like the Q&A kind of sort of.
Yeah, it takes you.
Right, you're just watching the video recorded on YouTube, so
yeah.
Make sure you go down to this third one, it says panel link. Alrighty, you can stop representing me or presenting me, and I will.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, it's still doing it. Let me try to get this to stop here. There we go. There we go. So, Melinda, how long have you been into trains?
As long as my husband will let me. Now where my tower sits over there, it's hard for me to kind of sit up right now.
I just couldn't resist.
Just goes to show that we know how to have fun.
This is why.
Uh-oh.
You see what happens when you don't ask your wife first? Right there, folks. That's what happens.
Well, I took a picture before the surgery, and then I took a picture afterwards, and I posted that before the train show and after the train show. The wife got mad at me.
Yeah, exactly.
So you had sinus work done?
They broke my nose, and we did the left side of my sinuses.
Oh, yeah. They, Andrew just went through a sinus scraping a couple of weeks ago now.
You mean Andy?
Yeah, Andy.
You know, my motto in this hobby has always been that it's easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
I hear you.
But after seeing Melinda's nose, I don't know about that.
Oh, Curtis, are you on a tablet or a cell phone watching this? I might have something to do with you not seeing the read more. And all those out there, you can, hey, Christopher made it in.
Welcome to the Hangouts, Christopher.
Welcome aboard, Chris.
If you're talking and we're not hearing you, go up and try to mute yourself up at the top there. Take your cursor up towards the top of the middle of the screen, and you'll see a microphone. Click on it so it mutes yourself. Then unclick it, and if we still can't hear you, you'll have to leave and come back in a few times.
Out there he is. I see him moving. How you doing, Christopher? Try talking. Let's see if we can hear you. Yeah.
All right. Hi, guys.
Hey,
there we go.
He is.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. This is the first time I've done this.
Well, sweet. We all started somewhere.
Yeah.
So you got a nice layout going on there.
Yep, it's a 2-level layout, in fact.
Does it use a helix to get up to the second level, or?
Yep,
Or
the
is
helix is nearly done. I've just started working on the second level recently.
Awesome. Awesome. HO or N scale?
It's I can actually walk around if you're interested in seeing what I'm working
Well,
on. It's a little bit of a mess since I started working on the upper level.
That's okay. Let's check it out.
All right. Let's see here. I'll bring you around. This is the lower yard. It's actually a fictitious branch line off the Pennsylvania main. So the track right here in the very front is the main line, and then there's just 3 storage tracks. So it's a very small branch line. And then coming down around here, down a peninsula. And that takes us around onto the backside of the peninsula and showing the far end. I've still got quite a bit of work to do.
How wide is your walkway right there?
I'm sorry?
How wide is your walkway right there?
It's about just a little over 2 feet. It's a very small area, so it's only going to have maybe 4 people at most operating it.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like you got an awesome. What size is your room there?
10 by 16.
Oh yeah, sweet.
And then
Nice layout.
most of the track's been hand laid from Fast Tracks.
Oh,
And
really? Okay.
Here's the helix. That I've done with Pico track.
Now, what are you building the helix out of? 'Cause that looks like that's a laser.
Yeah, I drew it up myself and cut it out on a laser engraver.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome looking layout you got going on there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
It's an awesome looking layout you've got going there.
Well, thank you.
And now I don't want to show you mine because you're not going to be impressed.
How long have you been working on it?
Off and on for a few years. I've actually torn it apart and started over, and I've ripped things out and started over when things weren't going the way they needed to go.
Yeah.
So you had to be like me.
Yeah, Troy's on his number 4, I think.
Oh, wow.
5.
Okay, I was off.
Last one for me though. This is the last one.
That's what he said with number 4, though. I remember him saying that with number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, he did say that, didn't he, Jimmy?
Yep.
I couldn't see what I was working on. And it was a dead-end layout. This one's not a dead-end layout. This one's built to operate, so.
Mine's built for operations as well, but it's got 2 reverse loops in it to allow for just continuous run.
There you go.
I have 1 reverse loop in my layout, and that's down in my hidden staging area. Yeah, I can run continuously, but that's not how it's actually designed, though. The only place I can run continuous is on the main level. The upper deck you can't. The upper deck is a point-to-point.
Okay.
And that's a split helix that I have inside of mine. There's a helix stacked on top of another helix.
Dwight asked Christopher, did you have a plan drawn up, or did you draw this up yourself?
I actually, this is from one of, what's the author's name? Let me grab the book.
Armstrong.
John Armstrong.
Oh, yeah.
The Dean.
From here, and it's based on this particular one, which I've done some modifications to it to fit my space. This is a 10 foot wide layout, but it was originally for a 12-foot long room, and then I've stretched it out for my wider or longer room, and then made some other alterations to it as well. But overall, it's based on that one.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. Nice to know there's other nuts out there in the world. It's not just us.
Yeah, it's not just me either.
All right, now you referred to Pennsylvania when you talk about the yard. Are you in Pennsylvania or?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yep. So I've always enjoyed the Pensy even before really got moved into this area and such. But definitely wanted it to be on the Pensy, or off the Pensy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're neighbors.
I take it from your camera icon, that you play the bagpipe.
I do. Yeah.
Right.
Scottish small pipes and medieval bagpipes.
You have to join us on a regular hangout. Give us a little show.
Yeah, the after show.
There you go. Well, there's actually a piping song called the Pennsylvania Railroad.
And for those that don't know, when the show's over with, we do an after show hangout. So when everybody leaves here, they all some of us jump over there and
Let it all hang
yeah.
out.
Well, not let it all hang out, but
Well, no, not at our age.
well, good. Glad you go by Christopher or Chris.
Christopher.
Okay. Well, good to meet you, Christopher. Glad you stopped in here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Actually, I found out about this through a friend of mine, and then I got the opportunity to meet Big Bill up at Amherst this year. It was the first time going up to Amherst.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, Big Bill.
I'll
Nice guy.
I'll be back in just a second. I mean, I'm still here, you guys and all, but Curtis has found it, but he needs a request approval, so I want to switch over here and see if I can get his request approved.
All right, I'll be back here a little bit too.
John, I'm wondering if he needs to just click that box knowing that it's a live show and then join. I'm not sure.
No, he's actually going to need to be a member of the group, I believe, to be able to join in on that. And oh shoot, since I'm logged in, it won't let me.
Well, we'll be here if you want to log out real quick. Well, that'll stop the live recording or no?
I don't want to chance that. Not the way Google's been
Yeah,
acting.
I was gonna say I think it will.
It may not. I mean, if I get kicked off, it usually does it, and I can get back in. But if I voluntarily drop off, I'll be darned. All right.
So guys, I do need to say goodnight, so I'll drop out and I'll let somebody else get in. Thank you very much for letting me join.
Well, hey, yeah, thanks for stopping by. It's good to meet you.
Good meeting you, dude. Keep working on it. It looks good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, just check check the community space for Hangouts if you got time and drop on in. Be glad.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Christopher, you have a good night.
You too. Good night, everyone.
Bye. Yeah, Dwight, I'm sorry I didn't see your question until he just got up. Hi, Curtis. I'm sorry I can't get over there because I'm already logged in. It's not letting me go to the request page. So once I get logged out, if you have not been approved and I can get your request, I'll approve it for you because I am a moderator. But not all the time can I see the request for some reason or another. But if it doesn't get approved right tonight, put another request in. Just keep putting them in until you get approved. But we do have a little problem seeing them sometimes. But we'll do what we can to get you in the group. It's actually free. And yeah.
What's your deal?
Well, you don't tell them that, John. We,
Yeah, so you can send them a bill.
yeah.
Yeah, I thought it cost me $50.
Well, yeah, and you got another the introductory offer too. I was running a special that week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, even though I log into the YouTube Model Builders website. Yeah. Oh, Dwight, here we go. He says use a Digitrack, and I am using LED tape for my lighting.
Hey, there's Andrew.
Hey, Papa's here.
Hello, Andrew.
Mr. Trouble himself.
What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately.
Oh, I just got back from the street, mate. I'm seeing the most beautiful sight you've ever seen.
What's the
This
name?
guy was backing into a car park and this woman was T-boned him. And she got out and she let him have it. This old lady, well into her late 80s, has walked up. This school holidays, the children around, do you mind cutting the language out? Well, she let rip with another lot of bad language. Well, next minute I know, this woman about 20, 25 was sitting on her ass. This old lady has given her the quickest right hook I've ever seen in anyone. She just leaned over and says, open your mouth again and give another one. The whole street just started clapping. So what have I missed out on?
Oh, no, a whole lot. We just had a new fellow on the panel, Christopher Thompson. He had to leave, but he just had left. But hopefully he'll start joining us more now. We got Curtis Hunt. He's one of the regulars. He's been trying to get in, but he needs approval, and I can't do it from where I'm at right now, being in the show and all. So we'll get him approved so he can start getting in here. But, you know, Jason's working on something. Oh, looks like he's putting a piece of rolling stock together. Covered hopper, T-bay.
I was opening up that riffraff Scott back again.
No, that's Melinda tonight.
Oh, I thought there was something funny about that guy.
Yeah. Andrew, check your chat, please. Oh, jeez, here we go. Please.
You can push your glasses up now. I understand.
Oh, no, don't get him started. Not on the moderated show, please.
Happy now?
It does look better.
That's a much better picture.
Yes, much better. He thought she was going to have a boring show with just two guys in here, John.
Hi, Terry is asking who makes the N&W covered hopper. Oh man, got Jason twice now.
Yes, for some reason
there we go.
I got kicked off for a second. Should bounce off in a bit. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
The one I'm using right now, or working on right now, is a Intermountain. I don't know if they still have it as a kit form or what.
There it goes. Professor also said Northwestern Hopper is Intermountain. How you doing, Professor? I've been missing you the past 3 weeks. Been telling people you must be on the walkabout.
Hey, John, did you see Dwight's comment about Troy?
I'm getting to it now. Yeah, I don't know. Troy, are you a moderator?
I think he went away for a second.
Yeah, he's not back yet.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I'm gonna grab me something cold to drink.
All right.
So we got a topic for tonight, or
Go.
No.
No.
how's Miles getting on with his laser cutter?
Working pretty good.
Yep.
He was cutting out 79 windows, I think it was.
I believe that's pretty close to that amount.
Yeah. Curtis has put a comment up here. Last night they were talking about LCC, meaning Tuesday night, on the Barry Mike show. And I have to wonder if we're not pushing it too fast. We still have things to work out with DCC before we add all the other stuff. Actually, LCC should make the DCC a lot easier and a little less headache.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a total different system.
Like
And
a
the
paddle.
DCC.
Like a paddle.
That you won't be able to use it over the DCC system, no.
Oh, you can't link it up with DCC, with Distrax or NCE?
No, it's actually, what it is it's a total different system. It's run off a cloud, what I've been hearing. So pretty much you're going to be running it off a computer.
Then I won't get it.
Off a tablet or your phone or something?
Yep.
Yeah.
I won't be doing it.
So doesn't like Bachman have like an easy thing like that?
That's like a
You use your
Y
tablet.
throttle.
Yeah.
Y throttle one.
Yeah.
But no, it'll be totally different than the Y throttle.
Okay.
Dwight's got up here. How many people use a programming track connected to your DC power pack? Probably pretty much everybody, but what about you guys on the panel?
Yeah, I got a dedicated piece of track I plug into my Digitrack for programming, but I don't do a great deal of programming, so mine's just a length of board with 1 meter length of sectional track on it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Professor just put up here, LCC still at the cottage industry and experimental stage, not yet off the shelf commodity for end users.
Yeah.
Then he's also got, the hope is that LCC will link with proprietary DCC systems, but not yet.
Yeah, I'm not in favour of anything where you got to be on the internet to use it.
Yeah. LCC in theory work a point-to-point between devices. No PCC actually needed, except maybe for initial configuration. And also power cab used with both layouts, program on the main, and a spare length of flex track for programming mode. That's what professors use in his power cab. So he does both on the main and a programming track.
Yeah, I can do that with the Zephyr Extra. Program it on the track, but I find it easier to have a separate track for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Curtis has got up here. I had one with my MRC, but it had to program on the main. Something with the MRC not working with all the decoders. It's probably because when you're in a programming track, your power pack wasn't putting out enough power for the decoder, because there are some decoders that require more power than what the programming track has.
What was that one that the professor said about don't network with internet?
Yeah, don't confuse network with the internet. I was understanding that I never heard anybody mention anything about the cloud or anything.
Yeah, he also says LCC does not require internet connection.
Yeah.
So it's not cloud based then.
Yeah. Well,
I guess we all should have watched Tuesday's show.
Yeah.
Maybe we'd know more about this.
Yeah.
I would have, but I was teaching. I couldn't get there.
And Bill, the reason why it's so quiet is because you're not on the panel, sir.
Well,
Which is probably a good thing, but
Let's see, Professor's got another comment up here for Curtis. Curtis, that may be a MRC versus some kind of decoder compatibility issue, not strictly a program on main versus program style.
I think that word specific decoder.
Yeah. And Dwight said, I think that is where a Sprague would be better for programming than some decoders like Tsunamis.
Hey, Big Bill, you need to approve some people.
Yeah, he said he had on mute. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, later, guys.
All right, Scott, you have a good one. Hope you get feeling better.
Troy.
That was.
Catch you later, Scott.
How you doing tonight, Dave?
Hey, how you doing, John?
Good. Let's see, Curtis. I had one with my MRC, but had to program on the main, something with MRC not working with all of the decoders. Okay. Professor's up here. OP next to keyboard plus fat fingers equals typo.
That's no problem there. We can read typos. I do a lot of them.
Yeah, because Curtis also put, whoa, where did Curtis go? I called MRC and they said that the program track will not work with MTH. Yeah, Professor was asking which decoders. Okay, I'm losing.
Yeah, Professor Sprague is good. Can run a layout as a 1 amp system. They also have a Sprague 2, which is a 3 amp. I'm sure you probably know that.
Huh? Bill's asking, how can you wait open hoppers without loads in them?
Yeah, that's a good one. Putting a super glue or glue that's lead underneath it. You wouldn't have to put much weight on an empty hopper.
Okay.
Yeah, Professor has diagnostics equals more info needed to get into the appropriate answer. To get to the appropriate answer.
Yeah, they're just typing faster than you can read, huh, John?
Yeah, I start to read something and somebody pops something else in there. Next thing I know, it's gone. I'm trying to find it again.
Yeah.
Let's see now. Professor here. Now we get to the... Jeez, there it goes again.
Now we get to the crux. MTH is known to have issues with many DCC systems and programming, not just the MRC system.
Yeah, thank you.
And then Dwight says, I use an MRC and I program my MTH just fine.
Well, yeah. Dwight's got it plugged into 242 probably.
Curtis says, I had one with my MRC, but had to program on the main, something with MRC not working with all the decoders.
Yeah.
There, I got you caught up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I found out a long time ago. Just keep this Q&A cleaned up, or otherwise I get lost real quick in what's being typed. Professor Scott here, waiting hoppers, replace the frame with white metal equivalent. That's interesting.
Well, that's what Roundhouse used to do. All their ore cars used to have white metal frames.
Yeah. I got a no camera icon on you, Phil.
Yeah, I'm attempting something here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
Phil's lucky he'll crack the system.
Yeah.
No, you're not, Professor. Professor K equals always lost in Q&A. No, not you. Oh, shoot. Did I just delete the wrong thing before I read it? Crap. These
I
things
wasn't.
jump.
I wasn't looking, so I don't know.
Tell you what, you guys ought to go check out Christopher Thompson. Looks like he just got into the community there. He could use a few followers. I'm glad you hopped in, Dave. Bill attempting computers. Oh, jeez. Professor put up there, Phil attempting computer science. Stand back.
Nice.
All right, let's see what Dwight's got here. Johnny's one who was wondering where you have been, Professor. No, quite a few others have been asking. Unfortunately, he doesn't give me his itinerary, so. I didn't know the professor knew Phil so well. I'm about to get in trouble.
Again?
Yeah. All right, I started to make a comment earlier, Dave. Yeah, if you don't mind, that you had that little problem with your amp and voltmeters.
Yeah.
Tonight. Would you mind kind of starting at the beginning on that? Kind of walk us through on what you were doing and what happened and how it got resolved, just to give people an insight on that kind of stuff.
Oh God. Well, basic. You want me to start from the basic install or from where we had the problem?
Well, why you were putting those meters in.
Okay.
Well, Phil.
Basically, I mean, we ran into the problem after the voltmeters were hooked up and powered up the amp meters as well, trying to get them to read correctly on the ATX, and we had them hooked up onto the beginning side of the circuit instead, and it kept shorting out every time we would energize that side of the ATX. And that's when Andy had found on the website that they were supposed to be on the very end of the circuit in line. And once we changed that around, everything seemed to run just fine.
Yeah, put them on the ground side of the circuit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But you were doing that so you could read your amp and voltage for lighting, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one I have set up right now is to run my layout lights. It's running at 12 volts, pulling 0.57 amps, and there's 17 LED light fixtures up that put out about 530 lumens each. There's 12 LEDs in each light fixture, and we're soon to add another 16 LED lights to that circuit. So we'll be pulling 1 amp total. Besides the ribbon LEDs that are on their way from China. That way we can go ahead and simulate night runs and dusk, dawn, stuff like that. But we'll also be illuminating all the buildings on one of the other sides of the ATX, and then we'll also be using, besides the 12 volts DC, we'll be using the 5 volts and a 3.3 volts to operate cars for like occupancy detectors and tortoise switch machines. We use a lot of the 3.3 volt lines for light bulbs or LEDs. Just so that we can keep an eye on the voltage and the amperage being used.
Yeah.
Break it down to find out if you got a short somewhere. You could try to cut it off early.
Yeah. Okay. Appreciate that.
Hey, John, our resident Bob Ross, Mr. Phillip there, is showing us his happy little clouds.
I see that, and I'm going to get to him just a second because D. Emerson says hi from England.
Hi,
D. In the Q&A.
Pip, pip.
How you doing, D?
I think it'd be early morning there, wouldn't it? Very early morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be like, what, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning over there.
Yeah, I'd say between 2 and 4, probably, yeah. What time you got there, D? Mr. Emerson? By the way, Phil, that's looking good, and I'm glad to see you got your camera going.
Well, I didn't realize it, but while I was gone, I finally got my 50-foot cable in that's got like a power thing in it. And it's supposed to be designed to be used with a Logitech camera, which I ordered also, but it hasn't come in yet. So this is that 99 eBay special camera.
Uh-huh.
And I put that USB hub there on the bottom, and it's working. I got a camera. Look, my workbench.
Hey.
Yeah, I got a camera way over here on the other side of the room. The only problem is I can't see my my monitor.
Yeah, don't move so fast, please.
Okay.
Well, Phil's got a layout. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, can you believe that? Look at that. Awesome. I got a layout, and I got a pole, too. You like my pole?
No.
Looks like a giant silo.
Well, it's going to be a giant water tower when I finally get done with it.
There we go.
It's just going to end at the bottom, you know. You're going to ignore the part at the top. But yeah. So yeah, I'm happy. I've got finally a camera over here. Just got to wait for the better camera to show up.
Those clouds look really good.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm happy with them. And then what I plan on doing, like the stretch through here, I want to have be cornfields in the distance. So when I start painting that, I'll get some real corn stalks to put in here, and then paint up to like this part. So really, the horizon line's going to be about 2 inches farther up than what that is. It's just ghosted down all the way to the top, supposedly.
Professor says, seasick on land, anyone?
Yeah, don't present me.
Too late.
Yeah, I wasn't presenting you. Yeah, actually.
Good.
I was too busy looking at the Q&A here. Curtis has got a comment up here. So with a 8 amp, I should be able to have some lights with the trains without trouble. Yeah. You want to power your lights separate from your trains anyway.
Yep.
You never power lights with your train power.
Quickest way to blow a bulb.
Yeah, especially 8 amps with LEDs.
Yeah.
Doesn't work too swift. Unless you got high amperage LEDs, I think they do make some, but my understanding most of them are pretty low. 1 amp or less.
Yeah, and on eBay, you can buy power supplies for $30 or less. that'll run about 15 strips of 15-foot LEDs. So, I'm sorry, 11 strips of 15-foot LEDs. So you can go 165 feet of LEDs off of one $30 power supply off eBay.
Yeah.
What was the amperage? I forget what the amperage was on those.
Okay.
Were they a 30 amp switching AC to DC power supply? I believe is what it was. And they're like $28 shipped from our good friends in China.
I got a comment up here. Well, actually, a question for the panel from the Redneck Railroader. How you doing tonight? I'm using the Digitrax 150 control unit with a PS 2012 power supply. My thinking is that I can power everything on the layout. Do you guys use separate power supply for building lights, turnouts, railroad crossings, and so on? The 2012, yeah, that's that great big power pack. I think it's got a couple of outputs on it. You could probably get away with it on that, but it only that will only give you, I think it's 18 amps on power. But if you got separate output jacks, I don't see why you couldn't on that big power supply. Anybody else got any?
Well, I thought he was going to use NCE. He said Digitrax, right?
Yeah, Digitrax 150.
Huh.
He must have the Super Chief then if he's got 8 amps. I mean, the power supply puts out about 17, 18 amps.
Well, the 8 amp systems for Digitrax, that's usually your O and G scale.
Yeah, I've got that one.
Gonna do some soldering, are you?
No, because I got a PM42 to go with it too, so it's only 5 amps out.
Okay.
Professor,
like I know what I'm talking about when I don't.
Yeah, Professor has up here absolutely yes for separate PSUs.
Yeah, power supply units.
Yeah, power supply units. And the Redneck Railroader said, it looks like you guys just answered the question. Yeah, I'm not good at shorthand.
Trust me, I abbreviate everything in the automotive field, but some stuff, no. I can't understand the reading of it either.
Curtis has a good question up there, John.
I know it was just there, and now it's where'd it go?
Okay.
I know I'm going to do. I'm going to start putting them up here, select them, so they go up to the top and they can't move. But if you're using a different power supply, how can you control them with the DCC?
And I don't know the answer for sure. That's why I said it was a good question.
Yeah.
Because I have no clue.
Well, right now, what a lot of people are doing is just turn lights on and off. So you just use on-off switches on your lights. Now, if you want them to dim them or come on like, early morning, dawn, go into full daylight, back to dusk, and then into the night, then yeah, you'd have to, I guess, use something like an Arduino that would be in line with it to control the power to make the lights dim and brighten up. But otherwise, using different power packs, you just use on-off switches. So you can just have them either on or off.
Or you could put a rheostat in line with it too.
If you're using LEDs, they'll have to be, what's that power dimmer that you have to use with LEDs? It's not a regular dimmer. I can't remember the
No.
name of it right now, and I'm sure the professor's going to post that for me in just a second. Professor's got up here. Let's see. It is possible to control via DCC, but have the actual power handling via switching relays or transistor switching via separate power supply units. So hopefully that answered you there, Mr. Redneck. What's Dwight got here? Isn't that where LCC will be help running lights separate from the DCC power? That I cannot answer. Right, Dwight.
Professor answered it.
Where'd he do it?
He says no, LCC and DCC are control protocols, not power distribution things.
Yeah. Let the physical dimmer do the separate power.
Mm-hmm.
Dimming use the DCC or LCC or DMX to send the control and let the physical dimmer do the separate power. Yeah.
Yeah, well, on my small layout, I've got a zipper extra, which I use to run the trains on the layout. So connected to that, I've got a 5 amp DCC booster, which I use to drive my points and anything else via DCC. And the signals, light dimmers, and all that all run off that second DCC bus.
You know, Professor, you would if you'd come in and on the Hangout here, you could answer these. People could hear them, and you wouldn't drive John crazy. He types faster than John can keep up.
Actually, Professor's at work. That's the reason why he's not on the panel.
That's right. That's right.
So he can't physically be in a Hangout. He has to use the Q&A.
What's wrong with them bosses that won't let you do something on company time? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Professors also commented, running a common power supply unit can also present issues with grounding and cross-circuit issues, particularly with logic switching and turnout control type circuits.
Really?
Yeah. So you would probably be a lot better off having separate power supplies for lights and stuff then, or accessories.
Right.
And Curtis said that he had an 8 amp MRC booster. Let's see, do a hangout not at 1400 on a Friday while at work, and we may be able to organize something.
So we'll have to move it to 1400 on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Do a Friday night hangout.
Actually, Professor, a couple of us have been talking about just going ahead and setting up a special Saturday show hangout that would work for, say, people like you and some others there in Australia and England, because there's a few people in England we'd like to have a show with. So
He's 14 hours ahead of us?
yeah, he's in Australia.
I didn't think it was 14 hours, but okay.
Well, it's 1400 hours. 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right, on a Friday, and it's 11:30 on a Thursday here, so a big difference.
Yeah, he's about 15 hours ahead of us.
So if he did a Saturday at 8 a.m., that would be 11 o'clock Saturday night for him. If I counted on my fingers right.
Yeah, it'd be 10 o'clock.
We're 10 hours ahead of the UK, Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah. All right, Professor Scott up here. For people doing layout sound like I do, power plus players plus speakers on a common power supply equaling ground bus and digital noise issues. Yeah, he's saying East Coast Australia equals GMT plus 10.
Except when those crazy southerners have daylight saving.
All right, the Redneck Railroader, the Super Chief I bought off eBay came with a 5 amp laptop power cord. It's getting hot and shutting off. That's why I upgraded. And though thought, well, I would use it to power everything. I did a video on it. I don't know if any of you guys watch my channel. Yeah, we'll have to. I thought I was subscribed to you. I'll have to go back and check that. I'm not on my channel right now. Let's see here. Professor Scott, I have also seen a 555 timer based tortoise control circuit lose its mind when not properly filtered from a common noise, power supply, and motor circuit.
I'll be darned.
Australia's more than 7 hours ahead from us, Curtis. I mean, Dwight. Excuse me. Huh? All right, Phil Wyman, Professor, wants me to ask you, Ginger or Marianne, if you've ever watched Gilligan's Island.
This is hell.
This is all.
Of course you would, Paul.
Actually, that would.
I don't think the professor wants to do a job interview there, Phil.
I had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely be interested in doing one of them Saturday deals because I would love to talk to the professor about some of this wiring stuff.
Yeah. Let's see. Dwight's got here. Curtis, hope you have some extra circuit breakers connected with 8 amp. Yeah, Curtis said no. Should I have them?
Circuit breakers will save a DCC chip in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the super cheap 8 amp, but I also bought the PM42 because that's got 4 circuit breakers there to either have 4 power districts, or you can use it as a reverser on reverse loops, and it only allows 5 amps out. So we assume the professor actually can talk. He may just be a PC keyboard and a brain. No, we know the professor can talk because Andy said he used to listen to you on a radio podcast. So you've been busted on. You're busted on that one.
Sure wasn't a robot.
Yeah, well, I read that. First thing I thought about was the Star Trek series show where they had the past captain on there that he was in some kind of like a wheelchair and closed in that, and basically it's just his mind controlling it.
Captain Price.
Yeah, Professor went +1 for appropriate deployment of breakers. Actually, for the size layout I'm running, that super cheap is a joke. That's just way overpowered. What I'd really like to do is find somebody to buy it and I'd sell it to them. Hint, hint. Boy, I got quiet.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
I even got the big power supply to go with it. Got 2 meters on it. Fun to watch.
Problem would be is selling it used, you probably wouldn't get enough out of it to make it worth your while, but you could try picking eBay in it. I've had some pretty good luck on eBay lately.
Yeah, I may have to talk with you, see what kind of commission you charge me.
Well, I'll talk to you about the pitfalls of that when we get to our after show hangout.
Yeah. Crickets and tumbleweeds?
Yeah, when you said I got awful quiet and I did that little chirp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, catch those tumbleweeds. We need to use those to make us some Andy trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he also occasional wild wolf howl. Oh no, is Marie home yet?
Yes.
Phil will be over there howling. Professor said power supply unit only or the whole DCC rig. Actually, yeah, it was the got the command module. It came with a 402R duplex cab, which I really don't want to let go of. I like that cab. I don't want to spend another $250 to replace it. The power supply I had to buy separate from it, but
That was me. I might have blown myself up by accident. Blow it up real good.
you did what?
Boom.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, Professor. Professor said he's seen some DCC systems go for crazy money on eBay, and I sold that little Bachmann 1 amp starter system there. It sold for $76 on eBay. That's just crazy. And that's just they could have bought it for $49.
Yeah, that was a bidding war, wasn't it, between two people?
2 or 3, I don't know. It went up to $76, and I'm like, holy cow! I was happy to get. I think I had free shipping on it, and I was happy to get $40 out of it with shipping. So I was ecstatic when it went up to $76.
Yeah.
That's why I say I've had some luck on eBay lately.
Sounds like somebody's doing a lot of scenery work.
Jason, so where he's got, he's working on cars, rolling stock. Yeah, Professor said you only need 2 keen bidders, and you have a war on.
Yeah, and I read between the lines there on the word keen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about anybody else, but Wednesday night I did a little shopping instead of doing anything else out there at the store because we didn't have everybody at the store, so we really didn't do anything. But I wound up, I got the outbuildings for the Williams sawmill. Now I picked up a couple of different packs of detailing parts. One was crates, sacks, barrels, buckets. Another one was a detail kit for a gas station that inside the bay. Had toolboxes, air compressors, floor jacks, and that, a few other items. And I also got a laser country house from American Mall Builders. Okay, let's see what we got up here. Professor's got, of course, on MRH, some are talking about the DIY DCC++ control system for US $10 or so. Mile Railroad. Okay. And the jewelry store guy said to you, so you have some eBay trains coming?
Terry, no. The Central Valley Bridge did not come with a walkway. I seen you ask that question on one of my Hangout posts, and then I try to delete my Hangout posts from day to day so it doesn't get cluttered up with 50 of my Hangout posts in a row in the Hangout section. And I deleted it and then realized I couldn't go back and answer you. So, yeah, sorry about that.
Let's see, Professor's got here. Question, anyone got a source for contemporary modern details for industry structures, security cameras, scalpers, dumpsters, industrial floodlights, etc.
Maybe shapeways.
Well, would those be something we could fairly easily scratch build? A little bit of styrene.
Yeah, dumpsters wouldn't be hard.
There is someone that does dumpsters. I'm trying to think who it is.
I think Will and
It's a company.
Phoenix has some stuff like that too.
I have a kit of green dumpsters.
A lot of times you can just Google it.
Hello, Mr. Turk. Welcome to the live show.
Hey, Scott.
Evening, gentlemen. How's it going?
Good. Well, while we're doing that, Professor's question. Anyone seen the Port of Brunswick layout in the May Mall Railroad magazine? I don't subscribe anymore, so no, I didn't.
Yeah, I flashed over it, but my port's going to be much better.
Important.
Here's one I missed from a while back in. Has anyone seen the Proto Control Stand throttle thread on MRH? I need to start watching that more. Okay, here we go. Professor's got up here. Scratch build, sure, but when you have to have them in bulk, the quantity can make scratch building a bit tiresome. I don't know. You might want to talk to Andy about that one. Good Google, but need to keep you all talking and answering questions.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to turn my camera on. I have a dumpster kit here. Let's turn some light on. It's made by High Tech Details. HO scale trash dumpsters. They're green. And
Yeah, those are paper, right?
no, this is just the back. It's actual kit. It's styrene. There's 3 dumpsters in there. This is an HO scale, and it's made by High Tech Details, and it's part number 8002 green, and I know they make them in blue also.
Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got black lids, and here's the instructions. I don't know if you can see that or not on this bad little camera that I got.
Yeah, okay. So the tops you
Scenery
don't have to.
Scenery Masters, they got a large dumpster. It's already assembled. And then also there's industrial dumpsters. You get, and they are kits.
How much was that, Phil?
$5.95
for 4 dumpsters.
3. So it's 3 for $5.95 in here.
$2 a piece. Cool. Now, and I'm sure they don't, but do the wheels on the bottom swivel on those?
No, it's just.
I didn't think so, but it was just hard to ask.
Plastic ones you'd have to, paint black to make them look, more realistic. It's just green styrene. Looks like there's, bottom, two sides, front and the back, and then the bracket for the tops to glue on. And apparently you can model it with dumpsters, one lid open or one closed or both open. So.
Sweet.
Yeah, you need to take an X-Acto knife and cut one of those or both of them in half too. Because around here you always see dumpsters only got half the top left after about a year of use.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But Curtis Hunt has got up here one more place that has stuff is www.scale-structures.com. You got to see scalestructures.com. And of course, he also said one place is Mall Tech Studios.
Yeah.
And
Walter.
Jerry also referenced the other place that y'all were talking about.
Yeah, there's a website on here too. It's www. all lowercase HT details DETAILS.com.
Hey Phil, my birthday's right around the corner, Phil. Just wanted to mention that.
Okay. Green or blue?
Green.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Well, it says you can go to their website and watch a full animated in color sequence of assembling this.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. Of course, as small as these are, I may have to get a small child to put this together for me.
Yeah, Cherry also put up here. High Tech also makes trash cans with lids and wheels and some real nice parking meters too.
Cool.
That's High Tech.
Yep.
Jason's put up here Walther's Seamaster Industrial Dumpsters.
Yeah.
And something I wanted to tell you, Johnny, in case you weren't aware of it. There's 3 separate kits that go together to make that lumber yard, and the other one's called a planing mill and shed.
I don't like you, Phil.
Well, I'm just, letting you know.
He's just a messenger.
It's already cost me enough for the sawmill and the outbuildings.
Well, you got the sawmill for steel.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
It turned out I got the outbuildings for just a couple of dollars more than the steel on the sawmill.
Nice.
But Professor said it matches your eyes, whatever that comment was.
I think he was talking about the color of the dumpsters.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't that special.
Get a small child to put it together for me. Starting them in the hobby young. That's Professor's comment.
Yeah. My small child is taller than I am now, so.
Let's see, Professor Scott, planing mill, wasn't that part of the limited run logging and sawmill series?
Yes, it was, and that's what Johnny's got is the other 2 buildings for that. I don't know what the part number is on it.
No, and they had that at that train show we went to, Phil. That was the other part of the kit he had, but I knew I was going to be limited on space, so when I bought that, I just bought the one.
Oh.
He did have the I think it had a dumpster thing where you could park a truck underneath it to pick up the sawdust or something. In that kit we're talking about, I'm not sure.
Yeah, the outbuilding kit, you can had one structure for loading trucks, and it also had the metal frame structure for loading train cars. Both of them were side by side in the picture.
Oh, right.
Also had a little office building in there, and I can't remember right off what the other building was.
It's that one.
Oh, okay. Looky there, John. Oh man, you got to get that. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, have you got that kit, Phil?
No, I'm just saying that's the kit that goes with it. I don't know what the number is on it, and this picture doesn't have it. It's just a picture I found of it. Because it's got this is the sawmill that you bought, right?
Yep. The Mountain Lumber Company sawmill, yeah.
So there was that one, and then you got this one the other day.
Yeah, got the sawmill outbuildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have the, yeah, it does. It just didn't show the debarker on the box that I got.
Right. Okay.
But it says the log debarker is there.
Yeah. So, yeah.
John, I'm going to go set up the after show hangout.
Oh, okay, Jim. Thank you. Jason, Curtis here has got, what are you cutting to make that car?
What car?
I guess he's talking about your coal loads. Looks like you're cutting a spacer.
Yeah, I'm making the spacer for the coal loads.
Goes under the coal load to help hold it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a little bitty tube that I get from Catalina tape for for coupons and all that from work.
Yeah.
I work at. I've been taking them and I've been using them as spacers.
Oh, that's the roller inside the tapes used on the cash registers.
Yep.
Let's see, Professor's got up here. If you're looking for modern era logging inspiration to use with those kits, try the latest Morning Sun book. And he's got the link down there. Okay. Let's see if I can. Yeah.
I've got a question for you guys.
Yeah, shoot it. Not literally.
Where is a good place to look for a decent sized cutting mat, and what you think an 18 by 24 would be, good enough size, or is that a little bit too big to be doing buildings and building cars and whatnot?
That's what size I use, the 18 by 24, and I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, that's the size of mine too.
Yeah. Well, you can go to Walgreens, or not Walgreens, but Walmart. You can probably go to any hobby lobbies. I think even you can go to Joann's or Jeffrey Allen's or something like that.
I got mine at Michael's.
Or Michael's, yeah.
Now, is there any brand or whatnot that seems to perform or do better than another? And what are like the average prices for like an 18 by 24 mat?
They're not cheap.
So, right.
You're looking at about 80 bucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're not cheap. I was fortunate. My wife sewed a lot when she was younger, and she has like 2 of them, and so I was allowed to use one. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky.
My wife's got one.
When I was looking, and they were right around $89 for that size.
All right. I didn't know if there was like a certain brand that was better than another or not. So
As long as it says self-healing mat on it, you're safe.
Yeah, your self-healing mats are going to cost a little more than just a regular mat. Curtis Hunt said that he got his 18 by 24 from Walmart, and he only paid $7 for it.
good Lord.
But I doubt that's going
Walmart
to be.
is a little cheaper.
Yeah, I think that's won't be self-healing though.
No, it wasn't. I got mine from Walmart, and it's not healing. It's not a self-healer.
Yeah.
Well, I figure even if I got to start out with getting a cheaper one, and if I end up hacking it up, I end up hacking it up.
Yeah.
And then buy a nicer one when I finally, God willing, get around to building the dang layout.
Yeah, Dwight put up here that some cutting mats are 2-sided too, but they're not cheap though.
Yeah. I was trying to look at, there's a YouTube video I was watching the other night. I want to say it was on Dave's Decals page. And he had one, but I didn't really pay much attention to what the brand was. I was going to go back and take a look, see if I could figure out what it was.
Yeah.
Mine's an Alpha.
What's that?
So the brand that I have is it's called Alpha.
Careful.
Yeah, Alpha. Those knives that we use that have the razor blade that slides in and out. It's like a thong. Those are originally made by Alpha. That's what I always refer to them as an Alpha knife, just because that's what the brand name was on it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's just what this happens to be. It's a self-healing Alpha rotary mat.
All right.
And I'm sure it came from Joanne Fabrics, and they're going to be more expensive because that's just, they're not a discount by any means.
Yeah. Oh, Johnny, before I forget, I just came, my oldest daughter and I just came back from West Central Model Railroad Club in Sparta, Wisconsin. And I asked around if anybody had any Southern cars they were looking to unload. And they couldn't think of anybody offhand, but they were going to dig through what they had and see what they could find.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I got rid of a few more of the cars in the big box of stuff that I got from a guy at work tonight. So a few more or less I have to worry about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The only other thing that I found, I went through the box with the guys. So there's a Paragon engine. It was an Elko high hood from the Duluth, Mississippi Iron Range. I could be wrong with that name, but it's a Paragon, but it doesn't have any sound, and there's no speaker, but there's a mount inside for that speaker. Now, when we took the top off, I did notice that it's got an 8-pin female connector, and I'm just curious
Yeah, it's probably a DC with a, it's DCC ready since it's got the pin there.
Yep.
So you can just plug a DCC card into it.
Now, would you guys happen to know kind of ballpark what 8-pin? I was thinking maybe Digitrax, but I mean, you know, like I said the other night, I'm still learning about model railroading and just want to make sure that. Go ahead.
Digitrax makes 2 sound cards. One is $56. The other one is $76. Depending on, you know, how many amps you want. The one for the lesser money pulls 1 amp. The other one is an amp to 2 amp max.
Okay.
So I just ordered 3 of them last week. So we're going to put them in my steam locomotives.
All right. Yeah, and I got a couple of DC steam engines, you know, in the deal with this guy I work with that, and they're DC, but I'll have to take a look at them and see if I can get some dimension measurements and see if they'd even be worthwhile trying to convert over or just turn around and sell them on some HO Skill Facebook page.
Yeah, a lot of guys putting DCC in a DC. You have to do most of it in tender. And then run the wires back up to the engine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at them.
Yeah. Professor's posted up here, 8-pin is 8-pin. Any matching decoder should work for motor and headlight and tail light only.
Yeah, run that by me again because your sound cut out a little bit.
Oh, did it?
Yep.
8-pin is 8-pin. Yeah, meaning, yeah, an 8-pin is an 8-pin. Any matching decoder with an 8-pin plug on it should work. And that's for motor and headlight, tail light only.
Oh, so it wouldn't have any sound.
No, that's going to be a separate card.
Right, but I mean, you can get just the DCC 8 pins, or you can get the DCC 8 pin with the card with the speaker.
Yeah.
So I mean, the regular DCC card is like $22-24, something like that from Digitrax. It's not expensive, but when you start adding sound to it, that's when it goes up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and something else I was thinking of picking up as a tool to have on hand is a digital caliper. Just so I mean, if I'll still get the HO scale ruler and whatnot and conversion chart, but I figure with the set of calipers might not hurt if I'm looking to replicate something or just to get a ballpark idea on sizes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got a Harbor Freight near you, their digital calipers are not too bad a deal. Dwight's got in here, missile train runs near Troy to Duluth Harbor.
Yeah, let me, I got to step out for a minute. I'll be back in just a minute.
Tell you what, Scott, we're fixing to shut this down, so you can just go ahead and come back in on the after show. Jim's starting one.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, if he's fixing to start that, then that'll give me a chance to cut out. Now, is there going to be a Google Plus link posted for that then, I assume?
Yeah, he put it on the Google Plus page.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, on the communities page.
All right.
And he'll probably say after show, too.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll cut out. I'll go get that box of stuff and start rooting through it a little bit. Might join up a little bit later then.
Okay.
All right. Gentlemen, have a good night.
All right, we'll catch you there then, Scott. All right, well, I guess we'll wind this one up here. Let me run through this real quick. We're going to the after show there, Dwight, if you want to come on in there. Are you still with us, Professor? Mr. Professor, if you're still with us. You're welcome, Dwight.
Yeah, John, I'll meet you over on the other side. I'm going to go run outside for a minute.
Yeah. All right, Dave.
All right.
All righty. Well, looks like we're hitting the witching hour here, so what I'm going to do is, whoops. All right, Professor, I want to give you my email address. Why don't you send me an email? It's Southeast Rails, all one word, at gmail.com. We'll talk about maybe setting up some kind of show on a Saturday. Do a special thing. We'll get together because, like I said, a couple people wanted to see about getting a few people from England and do a possible Saturday show in their time zone. So it's Southeast Rails at gmail.com. Yeah, let's see if I can get myself set up here. Where am I at? Alrighty, I guess we'll go ahead and put this one to bed. Jason, Paul, Jim's got his after show going, so we'll head on over there. Okay, let's see real quick. Saw something from Curtis. Okay, how do I add you all to my circles? You can click on your circles. It gives you a search bar at the top there, Curtis, and you just type our names in, and we should pop up. And when we do, you just hover over it, and the box will open up. You can add it to your circle. Friends, family, however way it's set up. Alrighty, let's see. Get this going here. Alright, so I want to say keep checking back in on the YouTubeModelBuilders.com website for all the latest news and info on Tuesday night presentations, the eMag, and the live show schedules. The live show is once every month. It's the third Saturday, and it starts at 9 o'clock Central Time. The e-magazine is bi-monthly. It comes out every other month. The issue just came out this month, and it's on signaling. JD and his crew, once again, did a great job. Some people have been saying this is a pretty big magazine this time, something like 52 pages. But it's got some really good information about signaling, a lot of good articles in there. So be sure and go check that out. It's in PDF, so easy to download and read on pretty much any platform. Then we have the Tuesday night presentations, which is every other week. We just had a presentation this week, so next week they're off. It'll be 2 weeks before they'll have another one. You want to be sure and keep checking on the Tuesday nights, because we got Bill, the track planner, and Miles Hale on each month there. They're both doing every other month. They're doing 6 shows for this year. Both of them have great shows as well. Then Thursday night hangouts is every week. All shows start at 9 o'clock Central Time. So it's always same channel, same time. You can go to the website, sign up for EMAG notifications. When it comes out, you'll get an email letting you know. Of course, you got all the schedules for all the events going on, the Tuesday night presentations, the live show. You can check when the shows are going to be, who's going to be on the show, who the guests to be. I want to say thank you for participating in tonight's hangout. Curtis, good talking with you. Professor, glad to see you're back. Terry, glad to have you in the show tonight. Glad to see you. Redneck Railroader, appreciate you being here. Appreciate everyone's comments and questions. And also I want to say thank you to everyone that's been on the panel. So, with that said, I'm Johnny Reb, Thursday Night Hangout. Y'all have a good weekend. This one's in the can. See you next week.